Part 1. Homecoming. July's relentless heat slammed into Cole Harper the moment he climbed down from the military transport at Fort Benning. After 3 punishing Ranger deployments in the Middle East, he was finally back on U.S. soil, and nothing felt familiar. His duffel bag lay light at his feet, a stark contrast to the emotional weight he carried from the past 4 years. He checked his phone for the first time since landing, expecting a quick text from Sophia, his wife of 12 years, saying she was on the way. Instead, his chest tightened as he read, "Don't bother coming. The locks are changed. The kids don't want you. It's over." Cole froze under the sweltering Georgia sun, fellow soldiers rushing past in reunion embraces. His last video chat with Sophia 3 weeks ago had seemed fine, strained, maybe, but never outright rejection. His thumb hovered over the screen, dozens of angry replies forming and vanishing. Finally, he tapped 2 words. "As you wish." Anyone who knew Cole recognized the quiet menace in that phrase. In combat, when chaos swallowed others, he remained unervingly calm. "As you wish" meant surgical precision was coming. He dialed. "Zara Cole. It's Cole Harper. Plans changed. I need your services today. Meet me in 2 hours." He hailed a cab, not to the suburban home where Sophia and their kids, Luke, 16, and Mia, 14, had apparently banished him, but downtown to Atlanta's toughest divorce attorney. As the cab pulled away, Cole closed his eyes, letting raw betrayal wash over him, then locked it away. This was a mission, and Cole Harper never failed a mission. Opening moves. Zara's office gleamed with intimidation, polished marble, steel accents. She herself sat pristine, platinum hair in a tight bun, eyes sharp as a hawk's. "She waited until you were on U.S. soil to tell you not to come home?" Zara asked, leaning back after Cole explained. "That's ruthless." Cole folded his hands. "I need options." Zara's predator smile sharpened. "What did "as you wish" mean?" He met her gaze evenly. "I'll respect her wish to end our marriage on my terms." "Good. The weak try to salvage what's broken. You're here to win." For the next hour, they built Phase 1 of the nuclear option, a timed sequence of legal and financial strikes set for 9 a.m. tomorrow. Cole left with paperwork that would freeze Sophia's trust fund and begin asset seizures at dawn. Night watch. That evening, Cole phoned his oldest friend, Ryan Brooks, his childhood buddy and former Ranger. "I need surveillance on my house." "Someone else?" Ryan asked. "I need confirmation and details." "On it." His phone buzzed all night. Calls from Sophia went straight to voicemail, followed by frantic texts. "Answer me now. Don't disappear." At 10:37 p.m., Ryan's photos arrived, a midnight blue Audi in Cole's driveway, a sharply dressed man stepping out, Sophia greeting him with easy familiarity. The final image showed them locked in a warm embrace, no furtive kiss, but the comfort of a long-standing affair. "Derek Pierce," Ryan texted. "Real estate developer. Been here 6 times in 2 weeks, kids know him." Cole set the phone down. Everything fit. For the first time in months, he slept deep, focused rest. Phase 1 complete. At 9:17 a.m. the next morning, Sophia's lawyer Caldwell blew up his phone, accusing Cole of trust fund extortion. Cole ended the call with a cold smile. Mission 1 was complete. Soldier's shadow. Raised on a Pennsylvania farm by a widowed father, Cole learned young that patience and planning beat brute force. His brothers relied on muscle. He relied on strategy. He met Sophia Bennett during his first Ranger leave, brilliant, driven, from a wealthy New England family. They married quickly, weathering her family's doubts. Luke arrived while Cole taught tactics stateside. Mia came as he climbed Ranger ranks. But longer deployments grew the chasm between them. During his second tour, Sophia inherited a substantial trust fund with strict divorce clauses. If she divorced, the money stayed frozen until remarriage or age 55. What Sophia didn't know was Cole's financial hobby, dissecting complex trusts. He found a loophole triggered by her text, temporary management reassignment when one spouse is deemed absent. He'd legally frozen her funds without spending a dime. Back in Zara's office for Phase 2, she slid a folder across the desk. "You were right," she said. "Derek Pierce is her ex from law school. They reconnected 18 months ago, just after you left for your last tour." Cole nodded. "And the kids?" Zara's tone softened. "Pierce has been playing house, weekend trips, lavish gifts. Your son's furious online. Your daughter, more accepting. No new mortgages, but Pierce bought the neighbor's lot 6 months ago, likely planning to absorb your home next." Cole's jaw tightened. "It's calculated, not impulsive." "Exactly," Zara agreed. "But they've slipped." Pierce wired $200,000 to Sophia 3 months ago. That's marital property. She used it to renovate your house. And she's been draining your joint account for household bills while seeing him. Cole absorbed it. Good, but not enough. I need leverage over the kids. Zara arched an eyebrow. Family courts favor mothers. Find proof she can't provide stability. His phone buzzed. Ryan's text, got something big. Meet at the diner. Cole squared his shoulders. Phase 2 was about to begin. Part 2. Cole slid into the diner booth across from Ryan. Depends on your definition, Ryan said, pressing a slim flash drive into Cole's hand. Your wife and her boyfriend aren't just playing house. They're planning to relocate to Costa Rica. Property purchases are in place, school applications filed for the kids, everything. They move next month, right after school starts. The kids don't know yet. Cole pocketed the drive, mind racing. His family wasn't merely moving on. They intended to vanish halfway around the globe. Cold resolve settled in his chest. One more thing, he said. I need access to our home tonight. Not to confront them, just to retrieve something that belongs to me. When they're at that charity gala, the kids will be at Pierce's place with his housekeeper. Ryan studied his friend's face. Cole, whatever you're planning, you know I'm with you. But remember who you are. Cole offered a half smile that didn't reach his eyes. That's why I'm counting on them forgetting. The suburban colonial looked unchanged from the street, but inside Sophia's redesign was unmistakable. The warm leather couches replaced by sleek gray sofas, family photos stripped from the walls and swapped for abstract canvas prints. Cole moved methodically, noting every detail, until he reached the home office. Behind a painting, he found a wall safe. Its combination was Luke's birthday, untouched. Inside lay a fireproof box. Cole lifted out his grandfather's World War II medals, his Ranger commendations, and a sealed envelope. He took only the envelope, leaving the rest exactly as he'd found it. On Sophia's desk, he spotted architectural blueprints detailing a plan to merge his property with the neighboring lot, plans dated 14 months ago, just after his last deployment. Before leaving, Cole checked on the children's rooms. Luke's was familiar chaos, trophies, gaming posters, and a single-framed photo of Cole and Luke on a fishing trip prominently displayed. Mia's room, however, had transformed into a minimalist suite in purples and silvers, like a college dorm. On her bulletin board, concert tickets, school awards, and a snapshot of Mia, Sophia, and Derek on a ski trip, an image of a perfect new family. He placed the envelope on the kitchen counter next to the house keys that, officially, no longer worked, and slipped away into the night. At dawn, Cole met Grant Parker, a former intelligence officer turned private eye. I need everything on Derek Pierce, Cole said. Not just surface stuff. What is he hiding? Grant, a wiry man with piercing eyes, tapped at his tablet. Everyone's hiding something. How deep do you want to go? All the way. While Grant dug into Pierce's past, Cole set his next plan in motion. He called Luke's lacrosse coach and arranged an accidental meeting after practice. When Luke emerged, he froze at the sight of his father. Dad, the teenager whispered, voice cracking. Mom said you weren't coming back. Cole kept his tone calm. I needed to get some things in order first. Your mother made it clear I wasn't welcome. Luke's lip curled. She told us you chose the Rangers over us, said you wanted a clean break. I never said that, Cole replied gently. Are you and Mom getting divorced? It seems that way. Luke kicked at the dirt. I hate him. Who? Derek. Cole nodded. No matter what happens, I'm still your father. When Sophia's SUV appeared, Cole rose. I have to go. Luke called after him. Dad, are you just going to let him take everything? Cole paused, expression unreadable. No, son, not everything. That evening, Grant's preliminary report arrived. Pierce is squeaky clean on paper, Grant said, but there are red flags. 3 former partners sold out for pennies. One building inspector abruptly changed careers after signing off on a shady project. And get this, he targets wealthy married women whose husbands are conveniently absent, military deployments, business trips, politics. He courts them as confidants, then files for divorce when the coast is clear, keeping access to their wealth. Cole leaned forward. Explain. He cultivates trust during absences, then strikes. And in Costa Rica, he's tied to offshore networks that help clients vanish. He's set to isolate her from family and U.S. jurisdiction. Cole absorbed the implications. Timeline. 3 weeks until your property transfer closes, liquidating assets and disappearing. Grant hesitated. There's one more thing, that envelope you took? It contained a prenuptial side agreement from Sophia's father, notarized but never filed. In exchange for your prenup limiting your claim on her family's money, he set up a trust to protect your military earnings in case of divorce. Cole allowed himself a rare grin. That's the leverage I need. He called Zara. I'm ready to move. Schedule a joint meeting with Sophia and her lawyer tomorrow afternoon. Zara's voice crackled with anticipation. Trust fund showdown at 2 p.m., your office. Perfect, Cole said. They're on a timeline. Cole Harper hung up, feeling the first stirrings of triumph. The real battle was about to begin. Part 3. I'll unfreeze the trust, I said, sliding the folder across the conference table. On 2 conditions. Sophia's relief flickered, brief, wary, before she braced herself. Caldwell, her lawyer, leaned forward. Go on. First, I continued, the kids stay in Atlanta through the end of the school year, under standard joint custody. No international moves without court approval. Caldwell nodded. Reasonable. Second, I said, locking eyes with Sophia, you tell them the truth. Not about the affair, but about what you told Luke and Mia. Sophia's jaw clenched. You mean that I protected them from getting hurt? What was I supposed to say? Dad might come home in a body bag. But cheer up. You lied, I said quietly. Luke never said he didn't want to see me. Neither did Mia. That was your manipulation. Silence filled the room. Even Caldwell looked unsettled. I want you to correct the record, I went on. Tell them the truth. Then we can discuss unfreezing the trust. Sophia's voice trembled. And if I refuse? I slid a second document toward her, the side agreement with her father. This goes to the trust administrators. Your father honored my service with this prenuptial side trust. It overrides those protections. Sophia's face drained of color as she read. Dad would never. Your father respected sacrifice, I said, and knew you inherited his ruthless streak. This was his insurance against exactly this. 30 seconds later, Sophia tapped the table once. Fine, I'll tell them the truth. But I'm still divorcing you. Wouldn't have it any other way. I gave a curt nod. Midnight texts. That evening, my phone buzzed. Look, Mom told us what really happened. Why didn't you call us? I replied, I needed to be sure I could be part of your lives first. Luke, are you back for good now? Yes, no more deployments. A long pause. Mia, she's mad at Mom. She's crying in her room. My chest tightened. I texted, tell her I'll see you both this weekend, my place. Mia, you have a place? I will by Saturday. Phase 2 had accelerated. I needed a home base and stability fast. But first, I had to neutralize Derek Pierce. Dirty secrets. Grant Parker's deeper dive revealed Pierce's true game, a layered real estate fraud. He bought properties through shell companies, inflated their values with cosmetic fixes and doctored appraisals, then sold them to investment groups that included his romantic targets, like Sophia. Technically legal if all parties know the truth. But Pierce buried critical facts. 3 previous partners lost millions before realizing they'd been duped. And Sophia? She'd already sunk $1.2 million of her trust into his latest Costa Rica development. The land existed, but permits, infrastructure, projected returns were all smoke and mirrors. So his plan, I said, is to get her and her money to Costa Rica, where U.S. oversight ends. Exactly, Grant agreed. Once she's isolated, she's utterly dependent on him. Despite everything, concern for Sophia flickered in me. She was the kid's mother, though thoroughly betrayed me. Maybe she'd been manipulated by someone equally skilled at deception. I need ironclad evidence, I decided. Something that holds up in court. Grant nodded. And fast. What's your next move? To give Pierce exactly what he wants, or thinks he wants. Meeting in Pierce's lair. Derek Pierce's office was all glass and chrome, a shrine to calculated power. He greeted me with cool courtesy. Cole, unexpected, but welcome. He sat behind his imposing desk. I remained standing, letting the weight of that choice hang between us. I thought we should speak directly, I said. Pierce's practiced smile never wavered. Your wife made her decision. Precisely why I'm here, I replied. We both want a clean break. I'll sign off on the house. I'll agree to the divorce. I'll even support your relationship. He leaned back, eyebrow raised. And in return? In return, I said, I get guaranteed access to my children and a financial settlement reflecting my contributions. Pierce's posture stiffened. That's reasonable. What sum? $2 million, I said. A fraction of what drawn-out litigation will cost you. Pierce's eyes flickered with doubt before his mask returned. I'll discuss it with Sophia. Good, I said. But you have 24 hours. As I left, I didn't see the camera lens Grant had installed in advance. Our entire negotiation, Pierce's tacit admission of custody violations, his conspiracy to defraud, preparation for the final strike. That night, Pierce called Sophia, urging her to accept my terms. She hesitated. Cole's a soldier, not a businessman, but the lure of a swift, clean exit to Costa Rica won her over. They plotted an airtight plan, honor custody until departure, then vanish. The tape and the financial trail were exactly what I needed. The next day, Pierce agreed to meet and sign at dawn. That evening, I sat with Zara. "This is thin ice," she warned. "A judge could see the recording as entrapment." "I don't care," I replied. "The fraud evidence is overwhelming. The shell companies, the falsified appraisals, the breach of custody." Zara nodded slowly. "And warning Sophia?" I fixed her with a hard look. "This isn't about her anymore. It's about protecting my children." Phase 3, our final move, would launch at 9 a.m. tomorrow, right when Pierce thought he'd sealed his victory. That night, Mia knocked on my hotel door, tear-streaked. "Mom doesn't know I'm here," she whispered. "Luke helped me sneak out." I let her in, heart pounding. "Mia, why didn't you fight for us?" She met my gaze, hurt clear in her eyes. "I wrote every week. I waited. Then nothing." Kneeling beside her, I promised. "I'm fighting for you now." Her voice trembled with relief and defiance. "Mom's selling our house. We're moving away." "You're not," I said firmly. "Not unless you want to." She looked up at me, tears mingling with resolve. "Derek says you can't stop it, that I signed papers." I chose my words carefully. Sometimes people aren't who they pretend to be. And sometimes the truth has to come out before more people get hurt. "Are you going to hurt Derek?" she asked, voice small. "Not physically," I said, placing a hand on her shoulder. "But I will stop him from taking what's mine, including our family." Mia nodded, and in that moment, I realized there was no turning back. The final battle was almost upon us. Part 4. Mia's voice trembled. "He talks to us like we're idiots. Told Luke to man up, said you didn't care about us." She winced. "Last week, he grabbed Luke's arm when they argued. Left bruises." Cole felt cold fury crystallize. "When did this happen?" "Thursday," she whispered. "Mom doesn't know. I swear." He inhaled, steadying himself. "Go home now. Tomorrow, everything changes." With Ryan's help, Mia slipped back into her room unseen. Cole watched her vanish, heart pounding. That night he called Zara. Pierce crossed a line. "We need to accelerate Phase 3 and add one more element." Morning at Pierce Development. The 27th floor office gleamed as Cole entered. Derek Pierce rose, flanked by 2 lawyers, wearing a smug smile. "Cole, thanks for coming." He extended a hand, but Cole ignored it. "Where's Sophia?" "She's trusted me to handle the finances. She'll arrive for signatures." "That won't work. I need both parents present." Pierce bristled. "I have her power of attorney. This is about custody. Either she attends, or we delay." Pierce stepped away to call her. Moments later, Zara arrived, followed by Mark Reynolds from the FBI Financial Crimes Division. Reynolds placed his badge on the table. Pierce's lawyers exchanged panicked glances. "It's insurance," Cole said. "Is Sophia coming?" 20 minutes, Pierce stammered. "Perfect." Zara handed out folders, exposing the fraud. Inside were bank records, shell company filings, and memos showing Pierce's scheme. Buying properties through front companies, inflating their values, then selling them to investment groups that included his partners, like Sophia. Pierce's laughter rang hollow. "Extortion," he scoffed. "Just facts," Cole corrected. "You targeted my wife and 3 other women. And you assaulted my son." He slid a photo of Luke's bruised arm across the table. Pierce turned pale. "I never." "Witness statements," Cole interrupted, revealing sworn affidavits. The door opened as Sophia arrived, eyes wide at the FBI agent. "Derek, why is the FBI here?" "Mrs. Harper," Reynolds said, "please join us." Cole spoke gently. "We were reviewing your $1.2 million investment in Costa Rica." Sophia's face crumpled. "That was our retirement home." "It doesn't exist," Zara said, placing land records showing undeveloped acreage worth under $100,000. Sophia gasped. "This is a misunderstanding." Pierce blustered. "I'm afraid not," Reynolds said. "We're investigating Mr. Pierce for fraud." Pierce's attorney scrambled. Sophia, shell-shocked, sank into a chair. "Mom, Luke, he hurt me," she whispered, pointing to the photo. You hurt my son, Cole said quietly. Pierce's protests died as 2 more agents entered. He was led away in cuffs. Aftermath. Cole, Zara, and Sophia remained in stunned silence. Why protect me? Sophia asked, tears falling. I did it for Luke and Mia, Cole replied softly. What now? She whispered. Cole stood, voice firm. You tell the kids everything about the fraud, the lies, the abuse. Then we decide next steps. As he walked out, Zara beside him, Sophia called softly. Did you ever love me? Cole paused. I loved you enough to let you go when I thought that's what you wanted, and enough to stop you when you were in danger, but not enough to forgive myself. He stepped into the bright morning, ready to rebuild his family. Part 5. I wanted to tell you about the arm, Luke said, voice low. But I figured you didn't care anymore. The words struck Cole like blows. He knelt beside his son. Luke, look at me. Nothing in this world would make me stop caring about you or Mia. I will always protect you. Do you understand? Luke blinked rapidly. Yeah, I get it now. From inside, Mia called. Dad, Mom's here. Sophia waited in the living room, dressed simply in jeans and a sweater, minimal makeup. The corporate veneer was gone, replaced by someone real, someone he once loved. I'd like a moment alone with your father, she told the kids. Why don't you pack your things for the weekend? When they left, Sophia surveyed the house. It feels like home. Cole nodded. They're happier than they have been in months. Sophia's eyes softened. Luke's grades are up. Mia's actually talking to me again. I owe you an apology. A real one, not just legal maneuvers. I don't need apologies, Cole said. I need the children safe. She swallowed. No, I do. I let fear drive me into the arms of a predator. I betrayed our vows, lied to the kids, tried to erase you. He studied her. The anger that had fueled him had burned down to embers. What remained was resolute calm. Your betrayal nearly destroyed us, but I saved our children. Sophia flinched. Collateral damage. Fair, he admitted. But I accept your apology. For their sake, we'll co-parent. Nothing more. Sophia nodded, tears in her eyes. I didn't come for reconciliation. I just needed you to know I regret what I threw away. They embraced awkwardly when Luke and Mia returned, luggage in hand. The moment passed, confession made, but not forgiveness earned. That night, Cole sank onto the back porch with a glass of whiskey. His phone buzzed. Ryan, how'd it go? Apologies, regrets, the usual. Some betrayals can't be undone, Cole typed. Ryan called immediately. You know, forgiveness isn't just for her. It's for you. I don't need forgiveness, Cole argued. I need clarity, and I have it. Clarity? Ryan chuckled. Is that why you're sitting alone drinking whiskey at midnight? Cole smiled wryly. I'm celebrating a victory. The mission's complete. No, Ryan replied gently. The mission was punishment. Now you need to come home for real. Cole gazed at the stars above, a familiar sky he'd once seen from desert outposts. Ryan was right. He had won the fight, but the battle for peace had just begun. 6 months later, the divorce was final, amicable terms, fair custody. Pierce was in federal prison, assets frozen, facing years behind bars. The trust fund was mostly restored, and the Costa Rica scheme lay in ruins. Cole had bought a 4-bedroom home near the kids' school and launched a security consultancy with fellow Rangers, building a new brotherhood. On a warm spring afternoon, he watched Luke play in the state lacrosse championship. Mia cheered from his other side. Across from them, Sophia sat respectfully distant, enough to show unity, enough to respect boundaries. He's got great form, said Olivia Sinclair, curly brown hair pulled back. Scholarship potential. Cole turned to find her smiling. I'm Olivia, Northwestern recruiter. He introduced Luke. They chatted easily until halftime. Mia tugged his sleeve. Hot chocolate time. Sophia and Olivia exchanged polite smiles as Cole handed Mia cash. Olivia caught his eye. Your daughter's perceptive. Cole nodded. Smart kid. Before he could think more, Olivia handed him her card. If you ever want to talk lacrosse or coffee, let me know. I'm here until Sunday. Their fingers brushed briefly. Cole pocketed the card, surprised by his own reaction. Back then, he wouldn't have noticed. Now, he wondered, maybe it was time. After their team's surprise victory, they celebrated over burgers. Mia teased. Dad, she gave you her number. For recruitment, he laughed. But his smile lingered. That night, Sophia texted. Says she might be the one for you. Cole paused before replying. Thanks. I'll manage expectations. You deserve happiness, Sophia wrote. So do the kids, and you. Thanks for today, he typed. It wasn't forgiveness or reconciliation, but a mutual acknowledgement. The battlefield was behind them. Separate paths lay ahead, bound by love for their children. The next morning, Cole laced up running shoes and slipped Olivia's card into his wallet. The war was over. He had fought, won, and protected what mattered most. Now, he was finally home, and ready to discover what came next. The end.